and I literally said Polar Bear TBR. I will be team, drumroll, you can basically get away with every book you want. Aim for 3, hope for 5. Hello lovely bookworms, I'm Esmay from Paradise Pages on Instagram and also on Twitter, and welcome to a new video. As you could have already seen from the title, today we're talking about my Polarthon TBR. I actually said that wrong multiple times and I literally said Polar Bear TBR and I noticed quite late as well. But it's my Polarthon TBR, and basically what Polarthon is, it is a week-long readathon centered around polar fantasy, hosted by the lovely Jade from JD Ray Reads. I will of course link her down below if you want to check out Polarthon. I'll also put the announcement video up so that you can still check it out before the week starts. I'll try to get this video up as soon as possible. I'm not sure if this one will be up before my TBR, my actual Gay with the Books TBR. If not, I will get it up as soon as possible, I promise. I'm also filming my TBR today, so it should be fine. With this one, as I said, we have a week-long readathon filled with polar fantasy. Last year we actually had a sort of chart that we had to follow up to the top 2 polar fantasy. This year is a little bit different. This year we are working with teams. This year is a little bit different. So this year we're actually working with teams. We have 4 teams, and the teams that we have are Team Arctic Fox, Team Walrus, Team Penguin, and then we have Team Polar Bear. I will link all of the team leaders down below so you can check them out. They're all amazing creators and I love watching their videos. So I'm sure you already know them, but if you don't, do check them out. As for me, I will be team, drumroll, Arctic Fox. I am joining the Wild Sasha, or Sasha, over at the Wild Sasha. I see her as a very close personal friend and I love talking about books with her, but also other stuff. I think she's just, in general, such an amazing human, and of course, it was only fair that I join her ranks. We are here to win. Do let me know if you're also joining, which team you are joining. If you're joining me, let's do this, guys. We can do this. That said, every single team has 5 prompts, and I'll show you the little card wheel on the side. It might have already been there, I don't know, so that you can see what the prompts are and sort of the teams. So as you can see at a glance, every single team has 5 prompts, and sort of the picture, or the little picture of which team you're in, that one stands for Polar Fantasy, because that is always a prompt during Polarthon. You can basically get away with every book you want apart from the Polar Fantasy for the Polar Fantasy chart, which is logical because you're, you know, in a Polarthon. That said, I've tried to squeeze in as many Polar Fantasy reads as I could. I think there's one in here that is not, but other than that, all of them are. I do have to say that I'm putting 5 books on here, but that is very ambitious for me. I think I'm gonna aim for 3, hope for 5. And I will go through all of the books and then I will let you know which ones I am prioritizing for certain reasons or just because I'm excited for them. And let's just get into the prompts. I will zoom you into the chart a little bit more, or at least my team, and we will start with the first prompt, which is a silver cover. So for a silver cover, the book doesn't have to be completely silver, but there has to be some silver on the cover, and for that one I am reading The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This one has a silver title, so I think it is perfect. This is also polar fantasy, so I can double this up if I have to along the lines, because I need 3 books that can film all of the prompts, if you know what I mean. So that is book number 1. The only thing I know about this is that it is sort of set in Russia. I'm not sure if it's a retelling, but it's definitely inspired by Russian folklore, I think. And it is so high on my TBR. I've been wanting to read this for so long. And, ooh, fun fact, I actually got this book from Sasha for my birthday, and I know that she loves this one, so I think it is only fair that I read this book for Polarthon in Sasha's team. I promise you, Sasha, I will finish it. Okay, I'm gonna skip the second prompt for now because I want to get back to that in a little bit. Everything will become clear by the time I get to it, but let's continue on to retelling. So for retelling, I have the only book that is not polar fantasy, or at least I think it isn't. This is actually an Arthurian retelling, and I'm pretty sure you already know what I mean, and that is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. I am so excited for this book, as you probably know because I've mentioned it a couple times. This one also has a silver cover, so I could have also fit it in there, but this is my retelling. Other than the fact that I know that this is an Arthurian retelling, I don't know anything about it. I've only heard good things, so I cannot wait to get into it. Also, how beautiful is this cover, guys? It is absolutely stunning. Also, if you are members of the book club of the Traveling Books, I will once again leave them down below. This book is their book of the month for February as well, and I'm going to be doing the live show after February about this book as well, so this has to be prioritized and has to be finished in February, but I'm all the more excited for it. Reading books that are high on my TBR just gets me so excited, and the more I read polar fantasy, the more I realize how excited I am for them. It's very bad, but it's also very good, so let's just get on to the third one. Now we are going to be continuing on to Icy Magic, and I believe that this book has icy magic, but I'm not completely sure. And the book that I'm talking about is The Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell. This is the first book in the Polar Bear Explorers Club trilogy, I think it is. It's a trilogy, I believe. And this one, I think, follows a group of friends who basically want to go on adventures. I'm not completely sure if there's icy magic in this one, but I'm 100% sure that it is in The Bear and the Nightingale, so I would have filled that prompt either way. So I'm going to read Polar Bear Explorers Club during Polarthon. I do have to say that I'm going to be listening to this one. There's an audiobook on Scribd. If you do want to test out Scribd, I always have a link down below so you can test it for 60 days for free. And that is book number 3. Let's now continue on to Snowy Setting, and for that one I'm going to read the continuation of Polar Bear Explorers Club, which is called Explorers on Witch Mountain. Again, this one has an audiobook, so I think I'm going to be listening to a lot of books this week, or during Polarthon, and that is book number 4, and I'm also very excited for that one. I hope I love Polar Bear Explorers Club, otherwise I'm setting myself up for failure, but I'm pretty sure I will. And then for the final one, I think the option here is logical. The polar fantasy one will be Explorers on Black Ice Bridge, which is the 3rd book in the Polar Bear Explorers Club trilogy by Alex Bell. How many times can I say that in one video? If I get to it. Like I said, I'm going to be prioritizing 3 books, which is going to be The Bear and the Nightingale, Legendborn, and Polar Bear Explorers Club. I'm of course going to read that book first and not the other 2. And if I can get to them, I'm definitely going to continue listening to all 3 of them. If I have the time, I'll definitely finish the trilogy in February, but I'm definitely going to have to see how I am with time management and just in general everything happening, and everything's just been so hectic in January. I have no idea what February will look like, so I thought I wouldn't make it too hard on myself. As I said, the 3 books that I'm prioritizing can fill all 5 of the prompts, so I'm not too scared, but I definitely want to aim for 5. That said, those are the 5 books that I'm planning to read during Polarthon. Hopefully I will enjoy all of them, but I have very, very good hope. Some of them are 5-star predictions, so very, very, very excited. Also, are you joining Polarthon? Do let me know which team are you on and which books are you planning to read. Are we sort of semi-buddy reading some books? I would love to know. Other than that, I think that is everything for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time that I or Femke posts a video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!